January. This is Pick for Life, and in the new year, we have the newest figure from Iron Factory. It says 2018, but it's 2019 now, and it still hasn't been released. So, one of the newest figures from Iron Factory in 2019. This is the one we've been waiting for, the Spirits of DEC IF EX-31 Dubhe. That's apparently how you pronounce it. And Dubhe, if you guys don't know, is one of the stars in the Big Dipper or Ursa Major. I actually had to Google that, so I didn't know that. So if you didn't know, you're in good company. In any case, this is obviously their version of the first member and leader of the DJD from IDW's More Than Meets the Eye comics, Tarn. So, excuse my voice, I'm still recovering from a cold, which is why I haven't done reviews in a while, but I couldn't wait to do this one. So I got this in the mail today and wanted to review it right away. Along the side, you do see pictures of Tarn or Dubhe. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Tarn. And on the back, you get some more promo images. You can see that you can open the mask down here. See his alt mode and some other stuff around here. Nothing too impressive on the box. You do open it up. I mean, you do get a nice window shot of him in robot mode. You probably can't see anything because of the glare. Once you open it up, you do get a set of instructions. You get Tarn right here. Just need to angle these cannons on the back a little bit. We'll get him stood up right here. We'll have to scooch in a bit in a little bit. Get out his double barrel cannon, and then he actually has sets of additional hands. So he has 2 additional sets of hands, so I can get them out of their little clamshell prisons. So the ones he comes installed with out of the box are just closed fists that are molded closed. Can't really do anything with them except make a rocket punch or maybe one punch man kind of pose. But they're on little pegs that just come out here, and then you can switch them with these open fists, which we'll do in just a second, and these open claw-like hands. So let's go ahead and take this off for now. Put on the open ones, and you can actually see that you can make use of his cannon like that if you'd like. Or if you're a traditionalist like I am, you will mount it on his right forearm. And there you have Iron Factory's Tarn all armored up or weaponed up. And he looks really great. As you can see, he does have a waist ab crunch, but we'll look into that in just a second. Let's just do a quick 360 of him. And he's really clean. No hollow legs or arms. Very clean backpack here, which I didn't close all the way. Overall, for such a nice legend scale figure, he is quite clean. And just to show you one of his grasping or open hands, there we go. And for such a small figure, he has a lot of articulation as well. So starting with the head, it is on a ball joint, so you can look around. He does get some interference with his big tread shoulders. You can take the mask off. It's just one tab. And you can see, maybe you can't see, hopefully you can see. Let's scooch in just a bit. You can see right here, he has a scarred up face. Like in the comics. But yeah, the tab is on the forehead portion. You just tab that back in. If you can do it on camera. There we go. And you can actually see the red eyes peeking through. Sorry for the ambulance or fire truck in the background. He does have shoulder mounted shoulders, I guess. Ball joint. Ball joint shoulders, that's what I meant to say. He does have a hinge at the top there, which lets him go out pretty close to 90 degrees. You go all the way around on that ball joint, obviously, and get a little bit of tilt, butterfly action. He does have ball jointed elbows, as well as a weird joint that goes backwards here. It's for transformation. I don't see how you could really make use of this in a meaningful manner for robot mode posing, but there you go. And then obviously, because his hand's on a post, you get wrist articulation. He does have a waist swivel, and as we saw before, an ab crunch, which goes very far, like 45 degrees at least. Maybe a little bit more if you push it, but I feel like I'm getting some interference and I don't want to damage my figure. I still have to do instructions for these guys. His waist is also, or hips are on a ball joint, but he also has a thigh swivel that goes all the way around. He has double jointed knees at the bottom and at the top, which is very tight. So he gets a really deep knee bend. You can pose his little golden knee pads. He does have toe articulation here. It's actually on a ball joint, so you get some ankle tilt. And the entire back part here also tilts. It's kind of like a secondary knee bend or a tertiary knee bend. But again, that's for transformation purposes. But if you find a use for it, more power to you. So yeah, a lot of great articulation. It's such a small figure. And for Legend scale, he's pretty big as far as the Iron Factory scale goes. He's about head-to-head with their Optimus. Here he is with Six Shot. Again, about Six Shot might be just a tad bit taller, but it's close. And the only other comparison I will do is with the only other Tarn that I have, which is Mastermind Creations. You see, he's probably more than double the height of, or close with the cannons on the back. The purple is a little bit of a lighter purple. I kind of like the darker purple that Mastermind Creations did, but they both look really quite nice. So let's go ahead and get into transformation. Oh, let's scooch down a bit. Transformation. First thing we'll do is take off the cannons. Oh, I guess I should mention, you can take off the cannons here, off the centerpiece, and if you wanted, you could probably rearrange them in some way. But I think this is going to be for the combined gun. But yeah, the one thing you will do, because these do actually bend around like this, again, so I think it's either, I didn't look, but it might, I'm pretty sure it's for the combined gun or maybe the pack back. I'm not really sure. I didn't research the combined mode much. But for this, you're going to want to bring this down like so. And we'll need these ports here for the alt mode. Let's actually get these hands back into fists. They just make the most sense in alt mode. So just a closed fist. So the first thing we'll do is actually work at the bottom real quickly. You're going to rotate at the thighs 180 degrees and then at the waist 180 degrees. So it kind of looks oddly back to normal, except his crotch plate is on the wrong side. But that's what you need to do. Then up here, we're going to point these. We're going to bring the chest piece up just to here, so perpendicular to his body. Then we're going to reach in here, and it's an interesting transformation. You're going to pull up on just the top part of this inner tread. And it rotates up about 90 degrees. And do that on both sides. From here, this will allow you to rotate this armature down, that holds the entire arm in place. Now you can rotate these pieces back down and then totally straighten out this piece. Well, it's not totally straight, it's going to be at an angle, but push it up all the way. I believe you're going to rotate the shoulders down like this. And you're going to kind of do like a zigzag with the arms here. So the arms rotate back, like I said, on that weird joint, and then bend at the elbow. So it's kind of like this. Coming back to the backpack, these are actually on double hinges. You're going to want to spread these out. They're pretty tight. There we go. So you want to pull these out to the side on these double hinges. And for the legs, we're going to straighten out the toes. And then bring this knee and just bring this back and then bring the lower leg down like that. So same thing here, that kind of tertiary knee, then bring these around like so. This is where you're going to use this bottom port. You can see there's 2 ports here. You're going to use one of them right in there, and you're going to sandwich the 2 legs together. So there's also a tab in here. It's kind of hard to do, or kind of hard to see. You kind of have to do it by feel. There we go. Sorry about that. There. So tab both those in. Get the cannon like so. Like that. And then from here, these arms are going to peg in right here. These knee pieces are going to go straight like that. And then lastly, you're going to flip these pieces down and they're going to tab in there and there. And with that, you have Tarn in his alt mode. Very tiny alt mode. Alright, real quickly, we're back. I just wanted to do a quick comparison with Mastermind Creations Tarn. And again, aside from the colors, there's actually pretty stark differences in terms of actual look. Mastermind Creations is probably a little bit more accurate, I would say, overall. But again, you're working with a legend scale figure. The one thing I did notice now comparing them, they have some pink paint here, which honestly is not that clean, but it would have been nice if they also did the pink color here like MMC did. Because of the way the cannon is positioned, unlike MMC's, it can't swivel like that. And because of the way that it's actually pegged in some of the pieces here, you can't really get that much, really any meaningful range on the cannon as well, which is a little disappointing. But yeah, overall you get a lot of nice paint. Silver paint here, the plastic's good, gold paint, some gold paint in here. Again, I would like that pink paint here. That would have been nice. Some pink paint. So they did a good job. But yeah, it makes more sense. I think maybe if you pull the fists up like this, it hides it a little bit better than like that. You don't get that hollowness here. But overall, still a pretty solid alt mode for such a small Legends figure, especially one that is a triple changer. So if you didn't know, this is actually a triple changer in the sense that it combines with the rest of the DEC or DJD as we know them. And so I'm going to transform this guy back real quick and then show you what they show in the instructions as the combine mode. And it looks like it fits on the backpack, but I'm not sure for right now. So let's go ahead and get this guy back. We'll just unpeg the arms as well as these sections here. The treads, the rear of the treads. There we go. Flip this closed. Flip this closed. We'll split the legs. Again, sorry for my voice. Bring this out. of these pegs. And then for combined mode, we're actually gonna separate these. And these will probably be, again, part of the blaster. This we're gonna need in a minute. So for the rest, we'll just go ahead and get him back into robot mode, get his legs all straightened out, as well as his toes. Nothing complicated there. We will go ahead and twist the thighs back around 180 degrees, as well as the waist. And then we deal with this portion here. So as you remember, we need to bring this down about 90 degrees, flip these pieces up on the treads, they open up to allow these armatures to slide back in. Just rotate these up. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot you have to get this backpack out of the way first. It has slight interference with the arms, or the shoulders. Not a big deal. It just limits it slightly. So it's better to get those in first and then get these armatures in. Be careful with these. I mean, it is pretty sturdy plastic, but it is a small connection point and pretty thin plastic, just given the size of this figure. Close the shoulder treads down. Bring the chest down, and you have Dubhe, or Tarn, back in robot mode. And then to get him into combined mode, it's fairly simple. You just bring the arms back like this, and then I think they rotate the fist like that. It doesn't really matter. Like so. And then they pull the legs all the way back like this. And they flip them upside down. So from what I could tell in the combined pictures, it actually sits like this on the backpack. Can't be 100% sure because there's not a lot of clear photos, but I'm pretty sure this is how it looks. The arms and the white portion of the fists, they'll peg in here to the same ones that they pegged in for alt mode, except they're, again, using the white peg holes. And then this will peg in, I think, with the closer hole. And again, very similar to what we had in combine mode. You just sandwich these two halves together. There we go. And like I said, this is basically what you can kind of see if you looked at the combine mode pictures. And if you look at the combine mode, you can see just a little bit of the white and gold peeking out. So I think it resides, and it says part of the quote-unquote core of the combined mode. So it looks like this. He's going to sit on the back. He's going to be the backpack, essentially. Yeah. Not that you can really tell what's going on with him right now, but I'm sure something will happen. But pretty easy to get him in his combined mode. And just to finish off my final thoughts, I'll get him back into robot mode, since it is just a hop, skip, and a jump, just basically folding the legs down and getting this out of the way. All right, so final thoughts on Iron Factory Tarn. I really like him. I think it's a really cool looking figure. I'm a Tarn fan. I've expressed this before. I think a lot of people are. I know the DJD haven't been in the spotlight in a long time, but they were basically the big bads for the majority of, at least the long part of the original More Than Meets the Eye comic run before the Lost Light. And I think he's a really great figure just as a standalone. I'm interested to see how the combined form will work out. If it's up to the quality of their War Giant, or a little bit better, I'm hoping, it will be very cool to have them. I don't see myself ever really displaying them in the combined mode, but it's nice to know that you have an option. But as a standalone figure, I really like this. It does have great articulation, great plastic feel. Just looks pretty spot on in robot mode. Alt mode, we'll see. And then like I said, the nice expressive accessories that you have with the cannon, cannon holding fist, and the claw hands, which are actually kind of pointy, which is nice. It makes for all around nice figure. Very dynamic posed. Face mask showing. Lots of articulation. So overall, I think this is definitely a must buy for any IDW fan, and any Legends class figure fan, I think will be very happy with them. But yeah, that's just a quick review. Sorry it went pretty long, but I wanted to get this out, a detailed review for everyone. And because I did a recent community poll on YouTube about whether people like live streams at the unfortunately lower 720p versus 1080 at 60 frames when I do pre-filmed, it was a blowout. Everybody wanted to seemingly have a higher quality pre-film. So this is why I'm doing this now. Hopefully you guys get this in the morning. All right? If you guys want to pick this up for your collection, please go ahead and pre-order from Toy Dojo, my sponsor. Thank you again, Iron Factory, for sending this review sample out for me so I can do instructions for you guys and reviews for my subscribers. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe as always, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right? Thanks a lot, everyone. Hope you have a good one.